Hello everybody, I'm back. Hope everybody's having a good day. Once everybody jumps on, please say hello so I can welcome you. Okay, for those that are new, my name is Michelle and I'm Snow Fox Designs. If you see the little red box with white letters saying live, that means you're catching me live. If not, you're catching me on a replay. Please say hashtag replay. Hi Karen, how are you? Getting everything refreshed here and then we can move on. Hi Tina, thanks for sprinkling. How's everybody today? Okay, so I have this plan. Like the way I said, plan. So I found when we were away, I can't help but if I pass a Goodwill or something like they have, I think it's called like SA something or other, but it benefits the veterans down where we were at, and they are kind of like a Goodwill, only everything in there goes towards the veterans. So we went in, me and my friend. Hi Tina, how are you? And I found this frame. Now I think I'm going to do some coloring on here because the matting in the background that was in here was like a yellowish color. So I painted the background and I changed this up and did white because it was like a real yellowish dull color, and put some silver in here. So far, it'll be something like this without the glass and that in. So I want to add some color to here, the kind of dull, the gold down. Not that gold and silver can't go together, but that was my thinking. What do y'all think? Or leave it the way it is. And while you're thinking about that, I am going to use part of our stencil here from the Winter Essentials, because what I was thinking about doing is putting a little bit of snow in the background on some of them, because I used this mold and didn't use the whole thing. And this is, I don't know what they call this. What are these called? Christmas tapers. So I only used the top part of them, and I have them right here. So this one is Santa Claus. Hi Carolyn, welcome. And this is the snowflake. This is the snowman. And this is the star. So I wanted to put these on here in no specific order. So my question again is, and I'm going to probably use the Rub and Buff, but I also have gilding wax here. And I have the gilding wax in a bronze and a silver. The Rub and Buff is in a gold and silver. And then I was thinking like the Santa Claus and the snowflakes, the snowflake putting a little bit of snow behind them. And then my question on that one, I know I'm asking you all kinds of questions. I know, I love that mold too. Hi Vicki. Yes, we missed you all terribly. But my other question was, which ones do I want to put the snow behind? Because at first I was thinking the snowman and Santa Claus. And then I was thinking, since I did black and white, just for a little bit of pop of difference, if I did, let's say, here's the snowman, and I did them on black, then I would probably either put the star or the snowflakes, and then probably put Santa right there. So I can do the snowflakes on the black, and I had Magnolia's glittering white, and then I was going to use this other color that I have, and it is this color. It's like a shimmer splash. but I don't know how well that'll show up on the black, so it might just keep it the glittering white on both of them. Any suggestions? Any ideas, or just go with my plan? Hi, Linda. Yes, we miss you all so much. And I'm going to put these little guys right over here because let's go with the first question. Move this off on the side. I was thinking about doubling this up. Leave it or no, because again, the inside of the edging is silver. Now, gold and silver can go, but do the blue on the white background. Okay, so then all right, you want me to flip up? Well, first let's get the frame done, and then we'll do that. Did you use hot glue? Yes, ma'am, I did the hot glue. Now, with the hot glue, you don't want to keep it out in the hot sun. If it's cool out, it's fine, but do not put it out in the hot sun because it'll melt. Haven't did the resin yet. Do I have resin here? Yes. Have not tried it yet. So if anybody has tips and tricks on resin, I'm all for them. I do know when I do the mold, I do need to put like cornstarch or something in there just to help make it come out a little easier. No, not for the resin, but for the clay. I haven't done the clay either, and I have clay here. See, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So I don't have no tips and tricks for resin yet. And the only tips and tricks I have for the mold is putting like a little cornstarch or something in there so it comes out easier. So I do have some black here that I can put on here just to kind of dull this up. What do you think about that one? And then I do have this color also I could use instead of the white or the other blue for the snow on the white. So I'm going to get some, right now I'm thinking dulling it up with black. Thanks, Tina. That was my thought. Just kind of dull it up a little bit. Where's my little brush? Add a little bit of water. Because I'm just going to use chalk paste from Magnolia. And if I seal anything, I will not be sealing it in the house. Even though I have some ventilation, you really need more ventilation than I have. And what I could seal it up with and have done some sealing up with is Mod Podge, the clear acrylic sealer. Use fast cast resin. It's easy. I use it today on this mold. Oh, okay. Thanks. Do you get your resin off of Amazon, or do you just go to like Hobbies or something and get it? Y'all, I was like, okay. I went into this same place I was talking about that was to the vets, and I was so tempted. They had some huge frames with a lot of lovely detailed work on the side. But I thought, first of all, how am I going to get it back? Second of all, they were a little pricey even for there. But it was like, oh my gosh, so tempting. Now, I don't mind if a little bit of the gold shows through, but I just figured since I'm using the silver in there to dull it up some. Hobby or Michael's went on sale. Well, hello there, James. How are you? I was just talking, I don't remember the exact name, and I don't know if you have them where you're at, James, but they're kind of like a Goodwill, but all the benefits go to the veterans. I went into one of those places when I was gone, and I said they had some awesome frames. But they were really big. But see, sometimes, like, I would have never thought to go in there because I didn't know anything about them. And luckily I was with my other friend, Tina, who lives in Joplin, and she knew all about them, and she said, oh, come on, go in there. I said, okay. You do? They're pretty cool, too. And and they're a lot neater than some of the Goodwills. So again, I don't care if a little bit of the gold comes through here. But dulling it up a bit. Stick that over there. Yes, they were very nice and clean. And I thought, dang, I wish we had some of those. So now I'm going to set this off to the side for a second. Let it dry. Get my little handy dandy stencil out. Because like I said, we're going to use the snow. And this again is the Winter Scene Essentials stencil. I do have to say, James, I was hoping so bad that we could get together. Disappointed, but that's okay. Maybe someday. Now, I'm not going to, I don't like to cut my backers. I have done it before, but I decided that I'd rather have all one sheet than to have several different pieces. And I'm concentrating here because I don't want to, I try to get it as straight as possible. And hold this so it doesn't slide on me. So, you will not be seeing Ken this week because he has to work. So guess what? Y'all get to see me all week. I know you're all excited, right? Have you seen how Paul Henry Pepper? No, if I did, I don't remember. So I'll have to go back and look. Because I've seen some of her stuff, but I'll be honest, I don't remember. If I missed anybody, hello, hello, hello. Now, I'm going to take the backer, move the top that I changed the colors on. And yes, isn't that pretty? So, on the black, we're going to put some snow. And Tina said to use the white and this blue. So I'm going to ask quickly again, do you like this blue or do you like this blue? Hi, Cheryl, how are you? Hi, Charlotte. Do you like the lighter blue for the snowflakes or this blue? I'm thinking this will show up better than this on the black. But I could be wrong. It could make it look more sky-like. So it's the lighter blue or the darker blue? The darker, okay. That's what we will do. Because we're going to do... Now, do you want to do the darker blue on both? Okay, I can do that. Now I got everybody saying lighter. Do we want to do the lighter blue then on both of the blacks, or do we want to do one white and one light blue? Just for a little different. And it isn't going to matter if I go over, because, and I want to turn this differently, because of the other piece that's going to be coming on. That was my thought. Light and white, Tina says. Okay. Today y'all are the boss. Just saying. Kind of the way I've been feeling today. Well, I know you do. I know you do, James. I have ideas. Sometimes it's nice to get, you know, everybody else's thoughts in, because sometimes I think in this way, and I always wind up changing up, but when I'm on a live, sometimes I like to get the input of everybody else, because sometimes I don't think of something, just saying. Since we're going to use this again, I'm going to wipe this off. It's your favorite hobby? Who's always the boss, Ken? Now, are you saying I'm always the boss, Kenneth? Nah, he doesn't have to be careful. You know the saying, happy wife, happy life. Just kidding. In all actuality, I think if you're in a relationship, it should be 50-50 as much as possible. And the key to everything is good communication. That's my spiel on that today. That's what he's saying. That's what she said. It's true. Good communication is a plus. Very much so. Of course, that in my book, that kind of goes with a lot of things. Now I'm just drying this off. Make sure you communicate the rules. Well, we all have our moments in our days, without a doubt. But, I mean, for the whole part, I don't think we do too bad. Hi, Tony. How are you? Tina, that's fine to live by your own rules. My philosophy, though, is if you're with somebody, it's not always that easy to live by your own rules. Anywho, on another note, anybody having anything good for dinner tonight? I think I'm just having chicken nuggets. Oh. Well, alrighty then. So I do have something to share. I have in my younger days when I drank coffee, I have went to Starbucks. Not a big fan. However, while I was away, my other friend Tina introduced me to something at Starbucks. No dinner for you. Have you been bad, James? Uh-oh. Dropped my stencil. Anyway, she introduced me to something. It's not something that I want. Well, it is something that I would like to have every day. But I should not have every day, so it's slightly an indulgence. And if you have Starbucks, y'all need to go and try it. It is called a hot caramel apple spice. I'm not a spice fan, but this is magnificent. It's really, really, really good. So if you get a chance, try it. It's perfect for cool weather or just because. It is so good. And she said, and my other friend Tina said to me, she said, have I ever steered you wrong? It is, James. It's really, really good. All right. Caramel Ribbon Crunch Frappuccino. Have not tried that. Hi, Sarah. Sarah is my daughter, y'all. Well, yeah. I haven't tried either one of those. I just can't have a lot of caffeine because it gets my heart doing stuff. Whoops, almost said the wrong word that I don't want to do. Doing stuff that it doesn't need to. So now I'm going to glue this on here. I don't like Starbucks. I've never liked. I didn't say favorite daughter, did I? Well, if you're all my favorites, hello. Anyway, since now that she's got me all confused here, did I? They all know who my favorite is, or they should. All right, this is not totally warmed up. This gun is not wanting to work as warm as, or get as warm as I wanted to. They're all my favorites. They won't believe it, but they are. So this is what we have so far. While I'm waiting for that to warm up, we can go ahead, after I put my finger in the black, wipe that off, and decide. I have silver rub and buff here. I have silver gilding wax. I have bronze gilding wax. And I have the gold rub and buff. What colors do we want to do? The star, the snowman, the snowflake, and Santa in. I also have black. Caden. Ooh, I do have to admit, Caden is Sarah's son. And he is kind of, I have to admit, can't lie, my favorite. But the young man will do whatever. He helps out primarily anybody and will do whatever. He's a really good kid. Can you tell us the difference in gilding and rub and buff? Now, James. First of all, to me, here. Let's put a little dab out here. This is the difference to me. Where's my little... I always keep tools around. To me, the rub and buff is a little more creamier than the gilding wax. To me, when I've used a rub and buff before, I think you can wipe it off a whole lot easier than you can the gilding wax. Not that you can't lighten the gilding wax some. You know, like if you put it on heavy and lighten it down some. But I think you can get, me personally, I think you can get the rub and buff off a lot easier. But other than that, no, sir. Can you fill us in on anything I may have missed? Because other than that, I don't know. I just can speak from my own experience. He's a favorite of everyone. Love you, Mom. Did y'all... Hey, hey, hey. I don't know. If there's any more difference than that, I can't tell you other than the fact of what I've used. So, do we want to use silver on here still, or do we want to use another color? I'm kind of leaning towards silver with silver edging, but I'm open to whatever you all want to do. And I think we'll start off with Mr. Santa. If there's another difference, James, please let me know, because I don't know, and I always like to learn. I'm going to take just a regular brush, and we're going to try some of just a rub and buff. You had no idea? Yeah, to me, the only difference that I see, now I don't know about on here because I have not tried it on here, but to me, when I was using it on other stuff, because you can use it like when you're etching the rub and buff, and to me, it can come off a lot easier, but other than that, I'm not. So if anybody else knows any other differences, let me know. Then we can share. So I didn't want to do his face. I kind of wanted to leave it. So what do you think about that? Should we do them all in silver? Or anybody have another idea? I do have, I don't know where it, I do have also, if we wanted to do one in a little bit of black, we could do that, or bronze, or gold. Somebody's messaging me. They need to stop. Now, the star, I think we could do, well, we actually could do both if you thought you would like, you know, a little bit of silver, a little bit of gold. You're liking the silver? Are you going to be on tonight, James? I know I missed a couple of them in our travels. And then on the one that I was catching on the way back home. Couldn't always hear y'all. So I'm just kind of lightly, I'm not really going and constantly dipping in to get real thick. Because I don't think you need a whole lot of real thick unless you just want a certain area to stand out more. Be more what I would call kind of like bold. Nope, not tonight, but tomorrow is... Yes, I can't wait to see that one. I'm usually pretty good at figuring some things out, but that one I have not been able to figure out yet. What are you saying, Kenny? Birthday and Annie? Oh, the new name, anniversary. Must have missed something. So I'm taking it. We're going to do them all in the silver. Nobody's saying they want to see anything else, so I guess that's what we're going to do. That's kind of what I was leaning towards, but I like to give options. It's fun sometimes to me. Having options is always fun. You know what would be fun too, James? Obviously, I don't think we'll be able to do it this year, but maybe next spring or summer. If y'all could come down, and I mean a couple of our leaders or people can come down, and maybe we can find a hotel or something with a room. In fact, I could ask where we usually do some dog training at, see if I can rent the place and advertise and have a where you all are down, or a couple of you are down, and we do like a crafting thing for the public. What do you think about that? That one might be just a little too much. Now, the snowman, I don't think I want to put all on him everywhere. Because I kind of like my snowman to be... You're down for that? I am, and this is new to Ken, my illustrious partner in crime here. But I think it would be fun, and I know he would have fun doing it too, but I would love to do that. And maybe, just maybe, I can get Tina to join us. Now I have a real fine, small pointed paintbrush here. I'm going to give it my best shot and try to just get like maybe his eyes. And his nose. And his little smile without getting it everywhere. Just to kind of make it pop a little bit. Oh, he's got a little bow tie here too. Well, we'll have to talk about that, and may have a place that it wouldn't be a hotel, it would be just where we train. And they have a big area, so I would just have to talk to her and see if I could rent the facility and throw some tables up and have some fun. Yeah, it's not very far for you either, Tina, so that would be good. Okay. No one... Here I've been doing all this, and guess what? The battery died on here now. Go figure, right? But let's see if it was. It's good to go anyway, so that works. Alright, let's get this and start putting some glue on here. Now I'm holding it kind of close because I don't want big gobs running out. Alright, this just does not want to go in there. Okay, so here we go, right there. You know what I like the best about going to like the Goodwill and places like that is when you know what a frame or an item actually costs and you get it for way less and then you repurpose it and it looks like it could go back into that store and get that same price or better. I think that's awesome. So, now, putting you to the task again. Just because, here's Santa. Do we want him with the blue? Or do we want him with the white? And don't forget, I'm going to put the snowman with one or the other. So there's that. But I think I'm going to put them down just a tad. Or swap them. James said yes, but I think I went too fast. So I don't know what you're saying yes to. Santa with the blue. Blue. That's what I was assuming, but I didn't want to assume because y'all know what assuming means. So as y'all know, I do have resin here. I have had resin here for quite some time. Have not played with it yet. I have clay here. Haven't played with that one yet. I even was talking to Tina the other day about it. I said, and I said, yeah, I have this stuff and I got it, and I don't know if some of you do the same thing. You get it and you're like, okay, when I feel brave enough, I'm going to give it a try. That's kind of the way I was feeling with the resin and with the clay. So when I feel brave enough, sometimes I like to shoot from the hip, and where the so-called bullets lie, that's where they go. But okay, now we have the little star and our snowflake. Do we want the snowflake at the top or in here? And these I was going to leave white. Actually, what I'm thinking is I like this one a little darker. I don't know if y'all could see it. Might need to darken that one up a bit. Or, you know what? You want to try a little bit of gold and see what it does? Yay or nay? Before I did, and add a little gold just to give this a little bit of something, something. Not a lot, just a tinge. Star on top. Go for it. I like the way you're thinking, Tina. Maybe just a fine little bit of fine points. Not a ton. And light. Not too dark. Kind of like just a little bit of an accent. Like that. What do you think? And I think do it on the snow too. So it's just a little something, something gives it a little edge. I like a little edge. I think if you have a little edge on something, that gives you a little spice of life. Or to life. So I was having somebody ask me some questions about our stencils, and I was telling them that they aren't just for like shirts and putting them on some surfaces, and that I believe, my personal experience, that they are very versatile. You can do a lot of things with them. You can mix and match them. You can use them to do etching. You can do them, as a lot of you know, for like t-shirts, towels. And I have another plan in my little brain here that if it works out, I will share with you all. But that's, I mean, even the rub-ons, you can mix the rub-ons in with the stencils and vice versa, however you want to say it. But I really like that you can do a lot of things with them. And then here's this one. So after I glue them, that's what it's going to look like. Thanks, guys. And that is another reason why I would like sometime in the spring or the summer to see if we can get some of our Magnolia people together and some of our leaders together and hold a class, a fun day, whatever we want to call it. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? So some of the people that may have questions or really want to see it in person and not just on a live can come and join us. So we did use the rub and buff today. I do very much so love the gilding wax. I do not have all of them. I think I'm missing copper and gold, but I was informed that it's kind of hard to tell the difference between the bronze and the gold. Now I want to make sure I put this in the correct way, y'all. Now I do take the glass and I clean the glass off both sides with rubbing alcohol. Some people use vinegar. I like the rubbing alcohol. Vinegar works, but I like the rubbing alcohol. Yeah, we got to do what we needed to do. I will say the next couple weeks and all of November, my stepdaughter, Ken's daughter, is going to need a lot of big time prayers and positive thoughts, and that sent her way. So I would appreciate if anybody could do that for us. We would greatly appreciate it. She's going through a very, very tough time. So if you wouldn't mind. Thank you. Yay, I did do it the right way. Oops, sorry. I know you can see the ring light in there, so I'll show you this side and then that side and hopefully not get the ring light. So I think that turned out pretty good, except for I see a little bit of particle right here that came off of the backing, but I can fix that later. And I forgot to put this down. So see, I really like the fact that you can go to any place, pick up a cheap frame that's, you know, somebody's getting rid of, and you can remake it. And I missed another one, but I'll fix that. Remake it and make it into something so much nicer and better. So what do y'all think? Thanks, guys. So this was a quick, and to me, it was a quick and easy project. I did do a little prep with the, now I can't think of what you call this, brain dead matting. I did repaint it because it was like a yucky yellow. So I did repaint that. And then as you can tell, we dulled this up some, but left a little bit of the gold in that in there. So this is a nice little quick and easy project. And you got to use how many different things. And I think that's awesome about crafting and creating, because, you know, just your mind's the limit. Whatever you can think of, a lot of times it works out just fine. Thanks, everybody. So I will be back on tomorrow. Not going anywhere that I'm aware of. So I will be back on tomorrow at 5 EST. I hope everybody gets to join. And I appreciate each and every one of you on here and all your support, kindness, love. And thank you so much for keeping our daughter in prayers and good thoughts, because she's going to need it. Anyway, everybody have a good rest of the evening. Here's some hearts for you. Let's see if I remember how to do them all. Ah, the thumbs ain't going to do it for some reason. Oh, there they go. Yay. And there's the balloons. Have a good rest of the evening, everybody, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thank y'all. Have a good evening. Bye.